Nouns versus Atk, heading on to the pick of Nouns to begin this one on Inferno. Nouns looking for a spot in the conference. Atk, well, you call it a training season. They still have a piece of the pie as well on offer of $50,000 this season. We'll see how they go in as we jump into Inferno.
Yeah, super excited to get into this map. Like you said, I feel like this series, you know, the vetoes maybe starting to favor Nouns with that Mirage waiting in the wings, but like you said, this is a chance for Atk to really prove themselves as one of the best in the region, because they won last season, right? They got the victory over this team. They were able to even do it when they had to fight through the lower brackets. So this is a position that Atk are not all that unfamiliar with, and I want to see them kind of replicate that same level.
Chilling in the apartment steps. All right. Fadey, how many is he good for? Place your bets.
He's good for one. He gets, if he doesn't get the insta kill, he gets gooshed.
Okay, good for one,
mind.
and he's out of there. See ya. He's out of dodge. He's gotten his one, and gosh, take my job already, Shake. You've already got my position.
I was wrong about the goosh, so I think you're still safe for now.
Look, I didn't even make a guess, so that was like the real problem there. Look, I don't take any risks.
One, yeah. At least. That still count?
Yeah, something like that. All right, let's go ahead and head up towards lane. We got a bit of an A play on the way, and Bowden's going to open up with the first. Missed him dancing around in the site, has players right next to him, and he didn't even get the kill. That was Fadey helping out in that as well. But then Missed him cleans up both, and that'll make the pistol round for Atk. Nice and tidy. Alrighty then. Starting off with some wild Counter-Strike. Love to see it.
Yeah, it was a hectic round. I think that Carson got stuck on the box or either got stuck on the player in sight, and he got the smoke glitch where you couldn't actually see him. So, definitely an unfortunate round.
Tragic, really, as some would say. Do you guys ever come up strategize pistol rounds, or is it just coin flips for you guys? You just come up with one during warm up or something like that?
I mean, pistol rounds themselves are kind of RNG because they rely on kind of individuals to just hit shots, and if you don't hit shots, it doesn't matter how perfectly you play a pistol round sometimes. Somebody can just one bullet you with the USP, and your strat could be great and get owned. But pistol rounds are super important because when you think about winning it, that's up to 6 rounds in a game, right? So if you win both pistols, then it's huge per map. But you definitely strategize pistols, 100%.
Do you have a flip book that you go into and you know, for a team, if you recognize some tendencies, is there specific
anti-shredding pistols is not really a thing in my opinion unless you watch a demo and they do, you know, the same pistol consistently. But I'd say most teams probably have 4 to 5 pistols per map, and they just kind of cycle them over and over. And then whenever, I don't know, every few months or so, you might add or, you know, remove one and just to keep it a little bit more fresh. But typically you want the pistol rounds to be something that, because you can't really practice them a ton, because they only happen one round, you know, per scrim, then it's something you want to be pretty familiar with, so you don't really have that many.
My my IM teams, whenever I'm calling the shots, I will just anti-strat the pistols because IM teams only run the same pistol throughout the whole season. So you can just watch their demo, and you can get 6 free rounds off of it because you can stack your whole team.
It's always the same Mirage A execute, isn't it? It's always stairs, jungle, and go CT. Oh, goodness. All right, we're heading into the A site in the late round. Nouns had to make a commitment, and this is your results, folks. Nothing really going their way. Just a single kill from Carson, and that's about that. Are you an eco or a force buyer on these separate rounds?
I started to save on CT second round, but I love to buy on the T second round, so I'm 100% with what happened. I think this is where you might see a little bit more of the cracks with stamina coming in and being fresh to this team is because they're force buying on the second round, so they're probably relying more on individual skill, or they're going back to probably an old strat that they had before, you know, he joined the team. And so force buying in those kind of rounds is tough for a team like Nouns right now, just because they probably don't have the reps in their playbook for these kind of plays.
And taking a page out of Nouns' book, Swisher is down towards the bottom of mid within the first 15 seconds. Yeah, this seems a bit overkill considering it's just armorless pistols and you've already locked them in their spawn. Who's Fadey? Oh, prepared! Ooh. Oh, that's a shot. Fadey playing the same angle, gets red on into, and Bowden wanted to get his hands on the A4, but now Carson's armed.
Yeah, Bowden went for the op special right there, the not buying second round so that he can get, or third round I guess, but so that he can get an op in the next round most likely, which I do respect, right? You can get onto that. It'll be very good. It'll establish themselves a nice chance in their first gun round, where they still have a couple of MP9s and FAMASas, and I imagine they'll be bonusing.
You should get an op next round, 100%. I think the way he ecoed for it was a little bit weird. I definitely would have liked to see it come out this round as opposed to the next one. He probably could have like got a USP last round and had a little bit more firepower coming in.
All right, we're gonna get a B play. DJ putting the flash above for Mistum, blinding up and no kills. So now Mistum gets in a really precarious position as they start to mix up their angles. You see B was leaping around the back of the site, and there are some real problems here. This was just an eco, but Swisher's MP9 is honestly the best weapon for the job. 30 bullets, high fire rate, and also taking that M4 out of Carson's hands, a very big scalp to take. Can they convert that on the retake? Now his stamina just gets wall banged outright, and yeah, as good as you get the bomb plant and all the good stuff, it's just not enough to hold off against the better weapons, so that'll be 3-0 for ATK.
That's a pretty cool play from Bowden there. I think he just jumped right into that angle where his back was turned to Nubox, but he couldn't get shot from Nubox, so smart little position from him, and he does farm up a lot of cash in this round that'll net them a lot of success, but all that considered, Nouns is not a bad run from them.
Yeah, I mean, getting a bomb plant anytime you don't have armor, invest heavily is huge. So, you know, a lot of stamina to bring out this op right now and get full utility, and really sets Nouns up to get, you know, for this important round.
So before, you know, Stamina was a rifler on Strife, and you know his previous teams before that, was he ever opping in advance back when he was in that? Do you have any idea? Because that was something that Monster and Vi and I couldn't quite figure out.
I don't think
he
was.
He mentioned it to me at one point, but is this a new thing?
He was playing with somebody I believe is Maxwell, and I think that was the opper for their team when he was with Limitless. And then before that, he was with Strife, right? And Slight was opping the entire time. So I think this is the first time he's ever picked it up in his career. It might have been something that he's wanted to do, but I think it's definitely the first time he's actually been able to do it.
You ever thought of getting back into coaching, by the way? I've always thought about your time with, like, Singularity and, well, I'll speak the name, Chaos Esports Club.
I mean,
back then.
The problem with, like, coaching is that you have to be so overplaying that it's worth it to coach, if that makes sense. Because you just sit there, and being in the server and spectating is really tough if you have the itch to play. And so you have to be just over it and willing to accept that that is something that you're going to do now. But coaching is definitely something that I consider, and something down the line might be an option. I definitely prefer playing, but
yeah,
coaching is a way to utilize, you know, I think the
big
strengths I have
brain
in
of
the
yours.
game. Yeah, the strengths I have.
Don't worry, you can play yourself up here. We respect you that way. Don't worry about it. Going in this site. All right, Nouns have actually found the entries here. DJ, New Boy on the block, can put up a hold, and they actually have a 2 versus 4 has gone awry here, Cole. And there's no time to plant this one or even get any kills. Unreal there from ATK. I don't think they should have gotten away with that.
Looked like their motive smoke was a little bit disjointed. It allowed for Swisher to cover off DJ's left side, and DJ just not moving a muscle in the back of sight with so little time left. Staying alive for so very long. That's a really good play from him, and then great presence of mind and communication from Swisher and DJ to combine for that last couple of kills as well.
It's definitely a big round because that's one of the rounds where ATK's money was not that great since they lost a lot of people on that round where Fadey died in Boiler, and that round could have led to ATK ecoing in this one. So they're essentially just playing the economic game right now, and ATK, unless they have a clean round sometime here in the next, you know, 1 or 2 rounds, have the chance to just have this be like a 4-3 game. Future round's super important.
All right, retaking banana, at least here for B-Wills. Oh boy, I love that situation where you stare at the molly and pray it doesn't spread to you, rather. That's always a fun Counter-Strike moment that we've all enjoyed. Oh, and the spam right back. Stamina prepared for that kind of push. So it will get Nouns a 4v5, but they've loved burning down the clock, and well, it's bitten them in the butt once so far this game. They haven't gotten the bomb yet, Shake. I am concerned.
Yeah, it means they're probably gonna have to go back to B here. Definitely a worry. This is the biggest
now 30
problem
seconds.
on Inferno. Leaving the bomb at 2 steps and then taking the site and realizing you don't have the bomb. Plagues every team.
You wish you could drive that scooter. But instead you just gotta walk back, the little walk of shame, and it's gonna be a walk right
Dude,
back
15
into
seconds? No, this ain't, no, this is no, there's just no way this is working, right? Swisher also on the boost. I mean, if the bomb hits the floor, the round's done, and DJ's also there. I'm not sure where this was going here. I was worried at 45 seconds. I feel like I'm good at my job. I don't know. You get an immense ego boost. Calling that one.
Yeah, the round played out really interesting because they got a kill at mid and they initially denied mid control, but because Nouns, like ATK did a pop flash and retook mid control, and so that's why they gambled toward B, but Nouns didn't do anything to re-threaten that they'd come back into mid or do anything knowing that ATK had gotten that information, right? So Nouns is definitely playing a bit slow right now, and I think it's biting them. As you can see with this round and the previous round where they went toward A, ATK seems like they're constantly getting players in the right spot right now. So might look at a pace change from Nouns if they take a timeout.
So I'm sure you've had experience playing up against this team. How do you feel about their proactivity on ATK? Because I know that they just love to go for some of those aggressive, CT side plays. They're always in your face. It's very difficult to deal with for a lot of teams, and I've seen when they're at their peak just dominate on their CT side. It's just unforgiving Counter-Strike. So have you ever been on the receiving end of that?
I think that ATK does a lot of, at least with the previous rosters, I haven't played with the roster with DJ, but they did a lot of setups at A where they were doing a lot of like triple lanes and 4-man mids, and so they relied a lot on setups on their CT sides, and were actually not that good at being proactive around the map, and they relied at B on being proactive and getting information, but you can't always rely on one side to get information, and if you don't know how to like re-aggro around mid, then your CT Inferno is significantly lacking because you're constantly gambling where the other team's going to finish as opposed to having information. So I'd say that that's probably the weakest part in ATK's game is those re-aggros, especially around mid, and it'll be interesting to see if they change that with DJ in the roster.
Well, they haven't really needed to so far, considering these rounds have gone down to about the last 10 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
One deagle headshot, one bullet out of stamina, but that's all, folks. 6 zip right now from ATK, and I mean, they've barely gone down in a couple of these. DJ hasn't died yet. Is a statement to be made.
Yeah. He's been locking down that A's bomb site. We kind of saw it though, what you were just talking about. There was that proactivity early on towards B that took a lot of banana control, and then they just had a setup on that A bomb site again. I mean, clearly, if you have DJ not dying on A ever, maybe it can be a slight improvement in the roster, all things considered. But yeah, you could definitely see exactly what you just said in that last round as it was being played out. And again, you're seeing it right now as they get that deep banana utility. It doesn't look like they're really too committed to it though.
I think Nouns needs to focus a lot more on pressuring B, probably early. They kind of have a few options that they can look at doing right now.
Or that.
Yeah, entry on the offer will help a lot.
he just got the next in line as well. Is Carson just gonna do it single-handedly? Well, DJ fighting to stay alive, but he will fall for the first time. He is mortal, it does seem, even though he got that incredible beard. Well, I'm just complimenting the beard, nothing else. All right, anyways, 1v4 here for Swisher. He's gonna save.
I've seen Swisher save here so many times. Playing with him on BNB, this is his favorite spot, man. You'll see him here, I guarantee, at least one more time this game.
Leaking the strat book right there. What the heck, man?
Completely gave up the game right there. Sold him out.
Yeah, his favorite safe location. Already these open teams in these opening round Cash Cup games. Got him locked in. It's done. If he'll ever need to save in round 1 of a Cash Cup, I'm not sure.
We seeing any Cash Cup rosters assembled this weekend? Any Shakes Money crew?
Maybe. I might have a Shakes Money crew coming in. We'll see.
Was that the name of your last Cash Cup lineup? With
Nah. It's usually Gas Money if
That's
we
what it
have
is,
Swisher
yeah.
on the team because that's just his thing.
Yep.
And then my rosters are usually doing fun or having fun. Because we like to lose a lot in grief, and so we just say we're doing fun. We just say we're having fun.
having fun, but really, it's
like Stamina having fun in this round.
yeah, like that,
Yeah.
like that. We're just trolling, guys. I swear, I'm not taking this seriously. And then stuff happens. Swisher towards top banana, cleans up the next. What a shot there from Cynic. Swisher barely saw him on the fallback. And so, I mean, that will be a way to scoop back a kill. But, Bowden just missed his shot out middle, and Carson just took him down. Carson, oh my goodness. If Carson wins that fight against Fadey, then we have a round. Instead, a 1v2 for CJ. It's been a while since I've seen him in the spotlight. Playing with a big unit here in NA. Well, now he has a 1v2 here in playoffs. To try and deliver. He has the higher HP. And the headshot on the DJ. That's crisp clean. And now has to deal with Fadey, but Fadey doesn't have a kit here. Maybe he's going to try and venture forward to pick it up. The molly goes in. He picks up the kits. He's going to keep pushing for it. But CJ seems utterly aware until he isn't. He wasn't ready for the Coffin's Peak, and so that's going to be the defuse and continuing the winning ways for Atk.
Yeah, I think he knew since he hadn't retapped it again that he was getting pushed, but he was in a position right there where he was worried about two different angles, and so you could see him trying to back up toward the sandbags and try to isolate it more, but he just didn't get there in time.
Great clutch for Fadey, though. That's a wise reposition. Needed to grab that kit, and he just takes that initiative alongside it. Still, though, I feel like we're getting some... Despite Bowden being 10-4, he's getting just, like, destroyed by Carson. I don't know if he's got a kryptonite or what, but... A wide swing that Carson delivers is just completely throwing poor Bowden off guard.
Carson's had like 3 or 4 openers this game, but just the rounds haven't been backing it up. He's doing a lot of work, but that time around, missed him. Perhaps stays around for a bit longer, and Swisher also just wants to pick up the mantle. I mean, Nouns players are capable. They can hit that shot, but
He just doubled back. He underhanded the smoke, and then is now just gonna reclaim banana.
that's full information. There's that B info you're talking about.
Oh.
And, Cynic has no idea. That's the bomb, by the way. And he just swings it with nades in hand.
Yeah, that was really aggressive push by Swisher. I'm surprised that he actually went down there and didn't just leave for the 3-1 stack and keep the info, but we got the kill, so if it works, that means it was good practice.
Yeah.
That's always the most important detail. The kill is what matters most.
It's in officials. If it works, it works. In practice, then you break it down and you criticize. I'm not sure. I'm not really a competitor. I don't really have the authority for that. All right, double lane set up here for Atk in the swing from Fadey. Nice try there, CJ. Clears with nades in hand as well. B-Will's good on the shot. A must hit for him. And now the swing, though, from DJ up towards port. They weren't ready for him, but Stamina still hits the flick. And with 5 seconds on the clock, they'll get that bomb planted. And Carson covering as well. Huge kills coming up from these Nouns individuals. And Bowden in a 1v2. He's thinking about it. He will push that smoke. He's going to hit the first shot. And he's not ready for Stamina until he flicks over and hits the shot. Bowden. Oh, my goodness. That's why they imported him.
What was that shot? You've got to be kidding me. He doesn't even register it until it felt like too late. I mean, Stamina, he was able to nearly chamber in that second shot. You can't miss on him twice. You don't get a second opportunity, though. Oh man, that's so sick from Bowden.
Like the margins
Again,
on that.
huge
as
round.
well.
Huge round because they'd be ecoing if they didn't win that, even though they're up, 8-1 now. All these rounds have been close and it's on a knife's edge. So, this is one of those rounds that's really frustrating for Nouns and might be tilting them. But it's just, if you win one round, that's all you need to get back into the game right now. But it doesn't feel like it. Like, you feel like you're getting dominated.
Especially if that round just never comes, if it never shows up. That's where that feeling, I think, gets amplified. And that was their chance, but again, the HEs don't actually do as much damage as I would have thought. We'll stay a little bit healthy there. But again, they take this early banana control, they give over a lot of space towards A. It's something that Atk are willing to do. And I think that Nouns are trying to fight back here, but sometimes I feel like they're just not able to deal with it.
Gotta get out of dodge. In the meantime, back towards top banana. Beebles just runs up and double entries them, I guess. That works well. You've played with this guy before. I mean, that's one of his best tools you have in your arsenal. It's just sometimes Beebles just has a round.
Yep, you just gotta have players that can just win you rounds. I mean, you see it at top level every single time. Somebody just gets, 3-1 digs and it's like, alright. It's the best rounds for an IGL, man, where you just don't have to call and it happens naturally. Somebody just goes off, Junior gets an ace, it's just like, alright, I'll hop in the backpack, didn't even need to call.
It does have to be the best feeling, right? When something just like flares up, you just look at the top of your screen and it's all your way.
Yep, I was playing with
Nothing
one
quite
Grim
like
back
it.
in the day. Alright, Mike,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run into the site and you're gonna get 3 kills. And then I'll just die and then I just look up at the kill feed and just see 3 headshots. And alright guys, great job. We'll do it again next round.
I mean, there have been some of the greatest games you've been a part of. One Grim versus MIBR. I'll remember that one for a long time.
Yeah, that was a legendary game, man. Plus 53, I think it was.
Like
Oh,
100 plus kills in the series.
It was 123 or 127, something ridiculous. But we went to like a 6 OT game or whatever against them on Overpass.
I like single-handedly got him signed to Liquid, pretty sure.
I think that was a big game. Like, I think he was popular before that because he'd been performing really well, but I think that was the game where a lot of orgs were finally just like, all right, like we're making the move for this guy. This is our guy.
Yeah. All right, DJ in apartments. MP9 is the best weapon for the job, but he's just running out alone with the bomb, and that just goes spilling in towards lane. Now, Fadey has to deal with multiple angles, though. And is he going to be able to win this fight against Carson? He's out of ammunition, and it doesn't work out, but Mistum picks up the mantle, and with the one-way smoke over, he couldn't convert the kill, and Bowden falls next. That felt like a one round there for Atk for the moment, but never mind me.
That's what I was talking about. The money is just broken for Atk in there. Now it's just right back in the game, especially they get a 9-6 here. It's brand new game.
Gives them a little bit of life, that's for sure. That's just a wild round, though. I mean, in important situations like that, do you think it's like smart to just throw like a gut punch of a round just out of the hat to barrel down through apartments like that? Because I feel like that's a massive risk.
I mean, it kind of depends on your team's strengths. I think you might see Nouns making a change back to what they find successful, right? Like, you saw them kind of playing this slow, methodical game for the first part, and they were struggling a lot.
No, you seriously pulled out your flip knife there?
Oh,
Come
no.
on. I can't with this guy, man.
Griefer.
I can't with this guy. Come on.
Oh, man.
No, man.
Boys.
It happened again.
Is that what we mean by having fun, generating fun?
That's a desk slam right there. That's having fun, doing lots of it.
My goodness.
And if he just gets that kill, he's in a 1v1, and huge swing round for ATK, but you know, it's just the game. I'm telling you, it comes down to a few crucial mistakes, and that could be one of them.
Yeah, just realize that 4 players of his team were also just watching that happen.
Oh.
So, ooh, that could have been good, bad, and ugly all combined. See Cynic, try to shove through, try to look for a sneaky kill. No pun intended. I didn't actually, it was no pun intended. At the same time, Swisher has gotten bodied towards Banana a couple of these rounds, and oh, this one's another one. Where B-Wills is gonna strike down with another one of his impact kills. Smoke's fading. DJ ought to be careful about these. He gets a jump scare from CJ, and now this A-side execute is on. Fadey needs to get a double at a minimum, and he does. 1 HP to his name, and the site is held. They have to go to the other way or reconsider here for Nouns.
Just stick around from Fadey, doing what he does best, multi-killing. So solid, but Bowden gets caught in no man's land. Fadey gets one more, but he's still down so very low, and Stamina's picked up a rifle in the meantime, and we know he can get the job done with a rifle. He certainly is going to find Fadey. Now he just needs to cover off from Mistum. He's planting in a very exposed position right now. Gonna get himself into a safe post plant beforehand. Oh, he's just slipped on in towards Graveyard. Stamina has this round in its pocket. And he will get it.
You're starting to see now just become more scrappy as the half goes on. Going back to, I think, their strong suit and what they, you know, thrive in. Compared to what they were doing earlier on in the half, and it's having a lot more success for him.
Kind of playing a little bit more individualistic, like phasing smokes, things of all that.
Yep. Just, you know, you remember the apartment round you talked about, just full sending it, running out halls after getting a, you know, a pick, and just making the round full chaos. And like I said, I think they just thrive in that environment.
Yeah, I think instinctually they're just like good together. I don't know, I don't want to say it, but it is kind of like the pug system, sort of, where just things happen and you just go with the flow.
I mean, that is what makes some of the best teams in the world, though, is just your ability to read the game and your ability to react to information on the fly. So, if they're a team that's strong like that, then it serves them well.
Oh. Okay, but yeah, I mean, like that's a great point. It's that plus, you know, the tactics, depth, strategy. There's kind of like 2 aspects to it.
Yep, having a good mix of both is super important.
Even though everyone secretly wants to be, well, 2018 Astralis. We ain't talking about that current lineup, but
Hey, I got to watch them win today, so. versus
well, versus
18-year-old Danish players that probably are just starstruck.
Yeah, they were learning their times tables when Device was fragging out in Atlanta.
A win is a win.
I guess so, Cole. I guess so.
There's not a lot of time left here.
Whoa! Oh, come on, guys, we can put it together. Yeah. I mean, they can't go B. They still have to go A. Now, I'm not saying that 2 pistols is a lot to vanquish here. But with CJ planting safe, they're not stopping that.
Oh my god. They're just all pistols out.
Get wrecked.
That faster mobility as they just had no time to find any sort of error. It's a nice shot though, missed him. Beautiful stuff. But this is a very close game now, all of a sudden. Nouns. It looks like they're a little bit unleashed.
I mean, this was, what, 8-1? 5 rounds in a row, economy got broken, and Nouns got back into their groove. Like, this, I was genuinely thinking this might have been the end of days here for Nouns on the map, but, they've gotten with the momentum. Maybe not this round, though. Tons of early damage and an opening kill, but, this team, I don't know what it is about this team. I believe they have one of the highest 4v5 win rates out of any team in ECL right now, which is, I can't give you the exact number, but I know it's higher than most last time I checked. Is that surprising? Does that surprise you, Shake?
Nah, like I said, you have the strong individuals, people that are not afraid to just take 1v1s, run out halls after getting a pick, like, definitely not afraid to just rely on their aim, and, I think that helps them a lot.
Someone told me at Frag that the North American style is that when you're in a deficit, you don't group up with your team and execute, but instead everyone tries to take isolated duels. And I think they were specifically referring to Nouns because it was right after Nouns beat Apex in the group stage. So I think that's, you know, just a perfect little wrap on what exactly Nouns stand for.
Yeah, I think that it makes sense. Typically, if you regroup, you might lose like more tempo in the round, and a lot of teams like to default. So you're already kind of set up in a way where if you get a little bit of information, even if somebody dies, you might have a good idea of where you're gonna have a 1v1, right? So if that 1v1 is a high percentage, then it's still like okay for you to take. But if you lose it, then the round could, you know, instantly be in a 3v5, and you're probably not gonna win. So.
Yep, well, folks, that's going to wrap it for this first half. 9-6 at it. We hope you guys have been enjoying the good cerebral Counter-Strike nerds. You know, okay, we've been nerding out a bit on some Counter-Strike here. Join us back for a little bit after this break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
I hope you guys surfed and chilled throughout that halftime break. My name is Fi. I'm joined by Cole Exner McHenry, and I'm not going to say the full name, but Sheikh Zola is enough. He's the Mike Rule of the old schooler. You know, a couple of, he goes by many names. Fast busts into this A site. We got DJ leading the charge. He has the bomb, and he is very far out from his teammates. He's gonna go down, but trade it out at a minimum, and the rest of the site does fall. B-Will's on the flank with CJ. The bomb is in pit right now, so it's gonna take a while for that to get planted. So, except for Mistum. He's down, and now it's just Swisher alone, and Nouns have just picked apart the rest of this entire round. Can Swisher make something happen? You've seen him do this, Shake. You think he can do it? He's getting ran down from all angles. Oh, it's so close. It was so close.
Oh, nice try right there from Swisher. He took his time with this first kill. Look how precise this is. But
yeah, he only had
happen.
2 bullets there at the end, so he knew, and he was trying to be precise there at that aim. I've seen Mike have some moments, but whew, that was a big task there.
Are you a like not a surfer, but like a Counter-Strike surfer? Do you do like movement stuff?
I do a little bit of KZ, but I'm not good.
Oh, okay. Because I know Swisher is all about his KZ.
Oh, he's so much better. He's a movement king.
Him
and Floppy are both good. I think he does, yeah.
I watched a Swisher stream here and there. Now, this round has just gotten weird. It's all of a sudden just CJ with 5 bullets in the mag. It's not going to get the job done. They have the B site. This is becoming save territory unless... I mean, if B-Wills was considering running through the smoke. Instead, he'll probably catch the boost. Or run through with a flash. Is it going to work out? It's just a 1-for-1, and that's just simply not enough here. I think it's time to pack your bags. Oh, what? Has Bowden been hurt? No. No, Bowden hasn't been hurt. Oh, but he's been spotted, that's for sure. He does land the headshot anyways, because... And they've just ran it back to the A site. What is going on?
Do you think that they bought 5 MP9s because the ATK didn't get bomb plant?
I really couldn't tell you. I think that a lot of teams don't focus on their second round buys as much, and that probably just kind of happened naturally. Inferno's a map, though, where it's a little bit more close quarters, though, and utility is important. Maybe around mid you want an M4, but like at Banana, you definitely can get away with it. And focus on that utility more. I'd say they probably all just bought, though, and then we're like, oh, we have 5 MP9s.
I think that was costly right there. That's an unfortunate case. It would have worked, I think, but so many teams, I feel like whenever they don't get the bomb plant round 1, they just don't even try for like a Tech 9 round, anything like that. But ATK, I think their team's so accustomed to the force buy that they're willing to do that.
So not a surfer, but KZ. Have you ever tried? What's your favorite game that's not Counter-Strike? Like I've seen like Tarkov is certainly
Tarkov is a good one.
Oh, not Tarky.
I love playing Tarkov, man.
Tarky
I almost got the Kappa case this wipe.
Gosh, that game is a snoozer, man.
You just sound like you're mad cause bad. Alright, that's all I'm hearing here.
Listen, you
gotta have patience.
I'm not waiting 30 minutes just to get sniped in the head.
Dude, you just mad cause bad.
Looting up.
Listen, I can teach you the ways of the rat Chad. Alright?
I don't have the patience. Jackson's tried to get me into that game.
Well, Jackson's a crazy man, alright?
Is he any good?
Jackson
I'm telling
is a
you,
Chad.
every time I watch him, he just gets sniped after spinning the...
Well, that's because Jackson runs at people. He doesn't care for his life in that game. He just...
So he's just running into brick walls. He's just running into...
Yeah, Jackson's an entry fragger, man. He's like... imagine John G, but in Tarkov. Alright,
really
that's Jackson.
He's my dedicated entry. He's willing to do the hard jobs. But Tarky is a snooze fest. I'll say that much.
That's a horrible take, man. That's...
We've awoken the beast.
What are your go-to games then? Let me hear this. If Tarkov is a snooze fest, what are you playing?
Oh my,
I'm a crafter myself.
You're a crafter?
A Minecrafter?
That's your game?
God, dude, were you 8th grade or what? Are you playing vanilla?
Hey, a lot of the best NA players Straight from Minecraft.
Yeah, you're talking about floppy and only floppy, and he does
Floppy
that 'cause he's bored.
Breeze.
Are you playing Tekkit, or are we playing mods, or what?
We play a variety. Mods, plugins, servers.
I bet you're an X-rayer.
I've been known to X-ray once or twice.
Known
You got
force
banned
field.
from your own server for X-raying?
Me and Brian.
But we knew Brian's a cheater, man.
Yeah, no way.
Brian and I got caught. Killed the Ender Dragon a little too quickly.
You're kidding me. You can't. I'm working with this guy. I can't, dude.
Brian had the serious cheats. I don't know what he was rocking with, but he was rocking some nasty Minecraft hacks. The type that give your computer viruses.
I'll say, you know, a Counter-Strike cheater, that's pretty bad. But I will never associate with a Minecraft cheater. That's like, some people have gotten VAC bans in the past, and yeah, I understand it. But if you're cheating in the craft, I don't know what to say to you. God, them force field hackers still ruin my Hunger Games days. What are my go-tos? I've been on Variety Hour, not gonna lie, with the oh my god. $1,050, by the way, but you got a bit ambitious with that, and now that's the bomb on the ground. I have no idea that the bomb's on the ground.
Looks like they're just completely committed towards A, but there's a little sneaky play in the pit. Carson, he's been able to find himself one, but they lose their teammate in the meantime, and Bowden able to get that kill is also impactful. It's gonna make this one so possible. Stamina in a 1v2. He has got a 4K to close out this round.
I mean, he's gonna be close enough to the site to actually attempt this clutch. Like, he is going for this. And he does have a chance.
It's tough, though. Inferno's A is one of the hardest sites to retake in the game. So many crossfires, so many places where people can be.
Yeah, I mean, that pit off angle that Bowden's holding right now is, to most, a death sentence, but he just let go of it. But, yeah, there you go. He returns to it, and there's no way you're ready for it. This was the start to the round. $1,050. Literally makes its money back and some. Broken gun.
You a big 5.7 user as opposed to the Deagle?
No, the Deagle's definitely my go-to. I'm not particularly good with it, but you know, definitely enjoy the Deagle. I thought you were about to say the CZ, and if anybody uses the CZ, they're trolling. All right, that gun is terrible. That gun is terrible.
Grief City, no question about it.
I mean, the 5.7, just I don't know if the clips are as good. You know, you gotta play for the clips, and if you can get that nice 3K with the Deagle, I mean, it's as good as it gets.
Yeah, what's gonna get you your main tryouts? Your 5.7 3K or your Deagle 3K? That's what I thought.
Exactly. Just watch a Malbs demo and you can't miss.
I don't know what that guy... He's actually better with the Deagle than he is with rifles, I swear.
Listen, it might be a hot take, but every single Brazilian team should only use Deagles, alright? They would be better for it, trust me. The AK and the M4 is not good compared to their Deagle.
Well, Deagle fanatics around the world are cheering on Stamina with that headshot.
Yeah, maybe Stamina should use the same thing. Well, he's pretty good with the op as well, to be fair.
I feel like Nouns are good with, like, every gun. I think they have variety to their game style, versatility in their players.
Particularly in the Negev.
Yep, we'll talk about that in a bit. Somehow CJ is alive. Oh, he decides to extinguish it because it starts spreading to him. That is unfortunate, and that's going to be the site, and potentially, oh, that's going to be the round because Swisher just takes out another. And that was a full force buy, by the way. That's a Nouns move that will not be panning out for them. It's about to be 12-8.
Why they put an end to the back and forth here between these two? I do think the Negev is surprisingly viable. I think it's underused right now.
I don't know about that, man. Have you seen the movement speed with that thing?
Actually, you know what? Again, there's a 5.7 that still exists, and I just think that that gun is far too good for ever not to be purchased.
The Negev is like an auto sniper. It's viable if the other team can't shoot back.
Yeah.
Right? And it's really strong if the other team can't shoot back. But as soon as that team has the ability to just peek and insta headshot you, the gun is terrible. Once people actually started to learn how to aim and Counter-Strike, you just see the auto sniper is just not used. Everybody used to buy it like 2014, 2015. It's gone. Like, you use an auto sniper now, you're getting insta headshot.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe at this level of game, the auto sniper is just a deagle. So, yeah. Might be about, you know, save $4,300. Ooh, this is a timeless classic of a stack. I don't know who invented it. It hasn't been patented yet, but everyone boosting up on top of that pallet is always one that brings joy to every CT pistol.
It's good because most teams on the second round will either hit B or do an R trap. You almost never see anything toward lane or anything toward halls popping. So that's why you see the two stacks there for the most part. And it would have worked out this round. They didn't flash arch.
Oh, I mean, they were starting to glide back to B as well. They didn't commit to the strat. They need to stick with it. But instead, well, stamina. 1 kill so far. Has to reload. Tucked away in the corner. Oh, wait a minute. He comes away with another kill. He has possession of the bomb, but nothing more than that. I mean, you know what? Call that a great round, actually, out of those pistols.
Certainly take 3 kills, so not a bad one at all from Stamina. Again, just kind of an improvement on yesterday's performance. Had a tough game. Granted, everyone's been having a really tough game versus EG as of recent. Feel like they're hitting some nice strides right now as a roster. Another one of those teams that looks to be in somewhat of a honeymoon period with their introduction of George, and it's super promising.
I mean, they added one of the best players in the region, I think, in George. One of the best, like, upcoming talents, so I'm sure that he helped immensely with that team.
I
yeah,
guess it was
definitely
his
in
map.
honeymoon.
With George, specifically. Like, not to cut you off, but yeah, like, to follow up on that point. It's like, George was, like, the new box player here on this B site. Now CJ's had to fill those shoes, and I feel like George was, like, one of the best.
Yeah.
At that position.
Even on the T side, like he would always lurk in apartments. They still had Carson doing a surprisingly good job in that department, but it is just a tough player to fill in for.
That's a nice shot. Stamina, can he make more happen? No, the miss. And with no connection there, it's only Carson alone on the A site hoping to tuck away. Or at least trying to run a bit of a fake. Here are Nouns, and it's worked out well. Or rather, for ATK. Have an open B site. Nouns. I mean, save is an incoming threat. And they might not even be able to do so. That kill on a Fadey. I mean, if they get into position, they could give this one a go on this B site. If they really want to. Without a kit, though, I'm not sure how you rate this one, Shake.
Both sides are tough to retake on this map. B's a lot more easy, but, yeah.
Yeah.
That just happened, and instantly a 1v3, 12 HP saving, so if you lose the bomb site controls on this map, unless you have like a pre-established plan in order to retake, it's super difficult. B's, like I said, usually a little bit easier, but A is a nightmare to retake. But they have to go for it. I mean, it's, 13-8, now going to be 14-8, and so they're losing rounds, or running out of rounds to, mount this comeback, so you gotta start at some point. You can't just keep saving.
He died? What? Oh
no.
my
It was
goodness!
planted first. That's why.
I cannot with this map.
My god, that can't be real.
It's a tactical nuke that they put on this map. What?
I don't know how Inferno just has the most unbelievable bomb radius, and then nuke of all maps is like a little
A Nerf bomb, dude.
Yeah.
That's just that insult to injury. Any hope I think they had of a comeback is just shot.
Dude, I would not want to play
Absolutely
anymore
chopped.
after that.
Maybe ATK is just so in their head they knew they'd plant first. They knew he'd save there, just on a different level.
Truly EU Counter-Strike right there. Incredible.
Bones bringing it all, man.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Astralis do that. I'm not gonna lie. Or, I don't know, Astralis... Saying Astralis would do a thing these days is not quite the way to go. Alright, that's a good swing out from Cynic. Snags a kill and gets out of dodge and causes ATK to hesitate here, so... Something going for Nouns, but they're still holding a 3-man B-side stack.
Their A side is super lacking right now. And now Cynic's position is zoned in on as well, so job becomes a little more difficult. You got that A side set up here, but one of those players is identified in the second is likely noted as they just wrap on into a very free control.
Oh, that's a good opener, though. Double from the site defenders. I mean, they have to go for it at this rate. But what do you really have to do it?
Three guys rushing in. That's about it, though.
First shot is missed, though, from Bowden, and that can create some problems. A smoke to allow them to scale up that site. DJ inside a mini pit, only good for the one. What can Bowden do in here? They're jumping all above him. He gets the no-scope. Now dives in between the smokes. Being so difficult to find. B-Wills will get the kill, though.
Kit.
Does he have time? Hold on to your hats.
Ooh,
It's gonna be close. And he just barely doesn't have it. Insult to injury again for Nouns.
Yeah, this map has just been a lot of heroics on the ATK end. I mean, I know the scoreline says 15-8, but I think this game's been a lot closer than the score reflects.
Like the clutches that they've had as well. I mean, starting back on that CT side as well for ATK.
Yeah, the 8-1 run. Always one round away from losing economy. Just having, like, I think ATK has just won a lot of the mid to late rounds and constantly lost 2v2s, 3v3s, and so, I don't know. It's just, I don't think Nouns has played bad this map, but it's just been a super unfortunate one for them.
Yeah, missed him now, cleaning house. Knows that last player is somewhere close. Has Swisher right behind him for the immediate trade, and that is a game-ending sequence right there from ATK. Carson and Cynic to retake from spawn. Swisher getting a bit antsy, though. I mean, a chance. Oh, they're just going back A. Well, someone call it curtains. Their odds are very low. Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows how doable this one is. Carson he doesn't even want to retake. He just wants to run through the smoke, make something happen, and that's just not going to work. Cynic, 1v3, diving through. First kill for him. Can he make it 2? No. And that, folks, is going to be it for the end of the map. Map 1, down the drain, 16-8, and yeah, I mean, your sentiment is like spot on there, Shake. They should have got it, basically, or it should have been a lot closer than it really was.
Yep, a few more clutches, a few more late round opportunities, and I don't know, you're just looking at a way closer game. I think that ATK ended up winning both pistols as well and converting. No, they won. Swisher died in pit, but then they won the second round. So.